Hello, I'm here with Pastor Kyle Carlson, and wanted to ask him a few questions about the Leadership Laity Conference this year in 2021. Hello.
Hello.
So to start off, just tell us what is the Leadership Laity Conference and what is it about?
Leadership and Laity started a few years back, and it started with a conference. Really, it started with a speaker. When our first one, we brought in Bodhi Bakum. And we had our speaker, but we had a vision for doing something to help strengthen local churches in our region and somewhat to the outer region, as we had people from a couple states away come. And so it's an event for edification, for building up the saints, to strengthen the church, but it's also a good time to come together, and we see some faces, some friends, some pastor friends from other churches in our community, outside our community, and so it's just a refreshing time, edifying time. It's a great time, yeah.
To build each other up.
Build each other up.
Will there be, you kind of talked about past Leadership and Laity conferences. Will there be future Leadership and Laity conferences?
So we are hoping. We're already in works of trying to think of next year. Last year, of course, we didn't have one. COVID-19 stopped a lot. But our elders really wanted to do something to help benefit our people, but not only our people, other people who have been struggling through ministering in hard circumstances under tremendous pressures that the church has never faced, at least in America, as we've seen a sense of persecution rising, as we've seen restrictions due to various things that happened last year. So
who is invited to attend the Leadership and Laity Conference?
That's a good question, because normally that's one of the questions I'm always asked. They go, well, I thought this was only for pastors. I thought this was only for me. No, Leadership and Laity is for every Christian. Every born-again believer. I tell them, you need to come. You need to come to this. It's a great time. So men, women, youth can come as well. So it's for everybody. It's for those who are in leadership roles in their church, and then those who are just love the church, love Christ, and want to see the church flourish. Hopefully, those in leadership and those that are just there serving the church, we all want to see our churches flourish, grow for the glory of God.
Amen. Who is the speaker this year for Leadership and Laity 2021?
Yeah, this year we're bringing in Jim Warwick. He's from Kentucky, pastor over there, Southern Baptist Church, former professor at Louisville Seminary, Southern Seminary in Louisville, and we're looking forward to him. He, of course, comes to Salina almost every year to speak at the Saved by Faith Youth Camp. And so had a new book come out a couple years back, Mere Calvinism. Vivid illustrations, great teacher, and we're really looking forward to him. A humble servant. I just have enjoyed my conversations with him so far as we've been dialoguing.
And what are the dates for the conference this year?
This year it's going to be April 9th and 10th, so it's coming up soon. It's in just a few weeks. We're kind of falling behind with this promo and doing other things, but that's okay. So it's a Friday night, Saturday morning. It's kind of a mini conference, if you will. A couple sessions Friday night starting at 6, and then Saturday morning from 9 to about noon. And this year, what we're doing in a kind of extra, if you will, is we're bringing in some special musical guests to help lead us in the song as we worship our God. And so we have the Bollinger Sisters coming up from northern Oklahoma, and they're going to be a delightful addition to this conference. And we also, well, I say it's April 9th and 10th, we have a pre-conference event on biblical manhood Thursday evening, so that's April 8th, and that is just for men, of course.
And where will the conference be held?
Conference this year, we're changing venues. It will be at Mount Zion Community Church. That is where I pastor. We're out in the country. You can find us on Facebook, MountZionArcCity.com. We are 2 miles west of Ark City, Kansas, and then 2 miles south, essentially. So Google us, you'll find us on 31st Road out in Ark City. In the middle of nowhere, almost. So,
why should, you've kind of addressed this a little bit, but why should Christians attend the Leadership and Laity Conference?
yeah, that's another great question. As we think about sacrifices we all make, we have busy schedules, time demands, et cetera, et cetera. So why Leadership and Laity? Why attend? Again, because I just fully believe that this is a great time for people to be built up in the Word. We bring in sound teachers, biblical teachers, and then also that added sense of fellowship. We have a time of snack time, if you will, in between our sessions, so people can see one another, talk with one another, talk to the speaker, perhaps the singers and stuff. So it is just really an edifying time. And this year the topic, if you will, is we're focusing on ministering in kind of a smaller context. Last Leadership and Laity, we focused on elders, deacons, kind of that. This year, we're talking about being focusing on faithfulness, not fruit, kind of our role, and then God's responsibilities, and not to mix the two. Also, God Who Saves is on Saturday morning, and then encouragement for God's people. So we'll have some really good sessions.
So a person's heard this, they're excited about attending.
I hope so.
How do they come to the event? How do they register for the event?
Well, you register through EventBrite.com. That's how we did this last time. The great news about this year it is free. It is free, so there's no cost to those who wish to attend. We just simply ask that if you reserve a ticket, that you come, because we don't want you to prohibit somebody else who wanted to come. And then, so anyway, it is a free expense this year. We really felt this is something our church wanted to do to extend. We didn't want to prohibit people from coming. So we, of course, reservations, they're filling up. I think we're about a little over half capacity right now. So eventbrite.com. You can go to our Facebook page, Mount Zion, Ark City Community Church. I can't remember what our Facebook page is exactly, but you go there and there's a post of the Bollinger Sisters, and there's a link right there that you can click that takes you right to eventbrite.com.
And is there anything you want to say regarding the Leadership and Laity Conference and the COVID-19?
Yes. Of course, cases are decreasing. People are taking vaccines. Thankfully, things just seem like they're becoming more back to normal. Praise the Lord. And so, really, our church, our fellowship, we have not ever really been overly, I don't know what the word I want to choose here, while we acknowledge that it's real and that it has caused devastation in families and hardships and sadness and loss, and our hearts go out for those people. We have what we kind of incorporated as policy here is we want people to do what's best for them and for them to make the decision. So we have some people that come who don't wear masks, some people who do. And that is up to that individual. Also, we will have an overflow in our fellowship hall. And so for those who go, well, maybe it's a little tight, they can come down in fellowship hall. We'll have tables set up. They can watch the big screen TV and still be part of the conference. So really, as far as, taping pews off and stuff like, we've never done that. We don't want to do that. And so we want people to make decisions for what's best for them and their families.
Well, I appreciate your time. I think we've covered everything for the conference. I look forward to it.
Right around the corner.
Thank you.
Yep.